Hey guys, can you see me? I'm doing some nails right now. I got a sale going on ztones.com. Give me a second to tune into my own live and share it. And if you could do me a favor and share it as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry if you can't hear me. Thank you so much for tuning in. And make sure you comment where you're watching from. Share into some groups or whatever. You hear that, y'all? That's me sharing. Because that's what you're supposed to do when somebody goes live. Just kidding, y'all, but thank you. Welcome to the live, though. I'm doing some fall nails again. I know we're just not in a winter mood. And it's pretty warm out here, too. It's California, so we get to be whatever season we feel like being. We were at the beach last weekend when we were supposed to be in Big Bear. Okay, y'all, I'm done. Let me just share it to my own page, and then we'll get started. But yeah, welcome to the live, y'all. Go over here and watch the live, just in case I gotta block somebody, because I know how y'all get. Y'all being here embarrassing me. Hey y'all, welcome all my new viewers, all my viewers who've been watching, all the viewers who have barely started joining in on the madness, so welcome. Okay y'all, so look, I burned my hand, so my hand is all bandaged up. The story is not funny right now because my hand is bandaged up, but when the story is funny and I'm all healed, then I'll be more than happy to share the story. But right now I don't feel like sharing the story. Just know I almost burnt the whole house down. But that's all. Okay, y'all, so we're doing fall. These are sculpted, and we're going a little bit shorter than we did last time, but we're also sculpting, and this is her first time getting sculpts, y'all. My cousin's a virgin. I'm taking her virginity today, so I'm going to introduce her to the sculpting life, and I know she'll love it, so, that's how that goes. Okay, go ahead and switch, because let me take that hand, and you can use that hand for whatever you want. All right, you guys, so I'm just using Coupa forms. I can't find my shorter forms for some reason. I was going to use the Cuccio forms, but I can't find them. I don't know where they are. So I'm just extendo piece off. Welcome, y'all. I see Jacksonville, Virginia, South Carolina. Hello. All my sisters in their clowning me talking about I can't cook. You know what? I actually cannot cook. No, y'all. No, I actually can cook. I just don't cook. But I was not even cooking, y'all. Well, I was kind of cooking, but not for real. I was trying something new, and it had absolutely nothing to do with nails. I was trying something new, and literally, y'all, the house could have definitely blew up. I was so blessed. The neighbors even came and checked on me and everything because the smoke was so bad, y'all. And I really hope my mom don't go. And like, my mom is going to go on the Ring doorbell, y'all, because I had to take the fire outside. I burned my hand taking the fire outside. So my mom, hopefully, well, not hopefully, she doesn't, but I already know she is. She's going to look on the Ring doorbell and see me at 1 o'clock in the morning putting this big ass fire out in the driveway, y'all. It was just all my ancestors was looking at me like I was a dumb ass, and they definitely helped me get that fire out because it was really bad, y'all. The fire department should have definitely been called. I didn't have a fire extinguisher. You know how like you put out a grease fire, you don't put water on a grease fire, you put flour, you put salt. You never put water on the grease fire, right? Well, this was not even a grease fire. This is a whole different kind of substance that was on fire. And it wasn't illegal, y'all. I'm just leaving parts out because I'll tell you guys the full story later. But yeah, so yeah, definitely had a catastrophe. And it's so crazy because anytime I've ever burned something and it wasn't even that serious, the fire alarm went off like crazy. And the one time where I actually needed the fire alarm on my side yelling for help, I went and ran into the hallway, and that bitch wasn't even there. Excuse my language, y'all. But the fire alarm wasn't there, so the base was there, but the fire alarm itself wasn't there. And because we've been renovating the house for months now, so I'm guessing somebody just took it down, maybe to like paint or patch something up. I don't know. But the one time I actually needed the damn fire alarm, it was not there. It was so dangerous, y'all. The fire was so big. So then mom wakes up like an hour and a half after I put the fire out, right? And I'm letting the house clear out and air out. The neighbors have already came, and my mom is like, what the hell you in here burning? And I was like, Ma, I started a fire using X, Y, and Z. I'm really sorry. I was like, I put it out though. I was like, but I ended up having to put it out with a towel, and the towel wouldn't stop smoking, so I put it in the fireplace. So that's what you smell, is the towel is still going out, extinguishing. And she was like, can you try not to burn down my fucking kitchen? I was like, I didn't, did I? And then she's like rolling her eyes at me, right? And I was like, Ma, I was like, what's that movie called? I was like, it looked like soul food in here. She was like, that is not funny. But y'all, when I tell you it looked like soul food in the kitchen, like I really pulled, was that little boy named Ahmad? It was the name Ahmad in Soul Food. Yeah, I pulled one of those. Well, no, I did not pull one of those, actually. I was in the kitchen, y'all, and I'm not gonna say I was doing some shit I had no business doing, because I really was working on something very important. It just wasn't nail related. And I aced it the first time, and then I got comfortable. I tried to do it a second time, and I just got comfortable, messed the energy up, and it was bad. But I'm okay, y'all. I'm fine. But everything works in divine order, y'all, because I had removed my lashes earlier that morning, and I'm glad I did, because had I not, my whole face probably would have caught on fire, because y'all know my lashes I be looking like, how Drake's eyebrows are, that's how my lashes be. So I definitely would have lost my face. But my hand is a little bit burned. It's all good. I'll probably have the scar forever, so I'll show you guys as it heals, but I don't want to get no product or acetone or anything on it like that. And it's been a difficult day because I'm always, we're always hand sanitizing, washing our hands all day. So it's been a little bit rough for me today, just having to maneuver around it or take it off and start over. But no, y'all, it's all good. And what I'm going to use to actually heal the burn is Melanin Cosmetics, because that's what I'm going to do. That's how the products work. And it was just all in divine order, y'all. So but I put the fire out. I did it. Nobody got hurt but me, and I barely got hurt, and it was a small price to pay for being a dumbass, because it was bad, y'all. But I will tell you guys later, because I'm working on something, so I will tell you guys later exactly what it is. I like to kind of get quiet when I'm working on things, so I will, when all of it comes into fruition, I will tell you guys that I almost killed myself trying to perfect what I was doing, but it's for the greater good of the people, y'all. So there goes my little story. So when you ask me why my hands all bandaged up, oh my God, Mickey, do you have arthritis? I was being stupid, and I got a little too comfortable around fire and flammable products. And I was going to do a set of weed nails today, but I just felt it was so inappropriate. I felt like somebody was going to feel like me being a pothead was burned, almost burned down the house, and that is not that is the furthest thing from what happened. But I just feel like it was just inappropriate to include any kind of fire in today's art. So we're just instead gonna do some nice warm fall colors. I'm starting off clear. Thanks for listening to my story, y'all. Anyway, drop your business. We got 280 people watching right now, and you guys know when I hit 250, I make you guys drop your businesses. So if you have an Instagram, a Facebook page, a website, link your business in. Let people know where you are, what you do, and how to find you, how to connect with you. Hopefully you could find some customers or some clients, or maybe you can find something that you need in the comments. So go ahead and link yourself, plug yourself in. Hopefully you'll get your followers up. I saw something in the comments the other day. You know, sometimes I gotta, well, not sometimes, but I do scroll back through comments. And I don't even remember what it was, but I needed it. And I screenshot it, and now it's in my favorites in my screenshot. So when it comes to my mind what I needed, I know who to go to, because she plugged her information in my comments. So, and it was not nail related. It doesn't have to be anything. It doesn't have to do with nails, or it could be nails. It could be colors, products, the same thing that I do. But just plug yourself in. It's enough.
Yeah.
It's enough around this country for us to eat.
I can't hear you.
And welcome all my international viewers. Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. What time is it where you are? I'm in California. I'm live from Los Angeles. And it's a little bit after 7 p.m. And so what I'm doing now, what you guys have been seeing me doing after I put the tips, some of the forms on, is I'm just building her tip first. I'm doing this clear layer first because I know that I'm going to end up taking off that. I'm going to be taking off the color the next time she's in here for a fill. So I'm going to start with clear.
She's actually creating the nail from the tip up.
Oh, y'all, I'm taking my cousin's virginity. If you're just tuning in, my cousins never had not tips. My cousins never had forms before, so I'm just building up the apex. And I'm building up the tip. I want these to be some strong nails because she's going out of town, so she's not gonna be able to get back to me, right? So I want to make sure she doesn't break a nail, crack anything. So I want to make sure that apex, first and foremost, is strong, and then the entire tip has a consistent height from this side all the way to this side. Then I'm going to start in with my color. So her nails are not going to be this long, but I'm going to build them out to like 2.5, 3. And then I'm going to file them down. But this just helps me kind of see, even though it's clear, just helps me see how far I need to go with the color. We get from one sidewall to the other. You all know I keep it warm in my office because I like my product to set on the quicker side so I could just move on to the next bead.
This paper and then bring 5 minutes paper.
And I don't mind not getting not bringing my color all the way to the tip or not having a thick tip. You don't want or even need the tips to be thick anyway, so it's okay if you start up here in the cuticle area, in the apex area, and get that a nice thickness, and then you thin out towards the tip. I'm using small wet beads to get into the cuticle area. The reason I'm using small wet beads is because, like I said, my products are warm. So using small beads to get in those areas. Okay. Oh shit, but wouldn't be me if I spill something on live. So I'm gonna use that powder anyway. And then beads. And then I'm going to encapsulate in clear a wet bead so I could just bring it all the way down. Encapsulate the entire nail. So I'll be doing a bunch of filing, so a lot of this clear is going to be going anyway, but that means it will not affect or mess up the color that I have going on. So the clear is really just for adding enough structure for the height that I need the nail to be, and just protecting the entire nail, all of the color. I'm going to use this color. I'm going to use a very wet, runny bead, and I'm just going to kind of paint it on a little bit, like not worried about getting it. I'm not worried about getting full coverage. So I'm going to dip into 2 colors at a time. Well, actually, I'm going to do 2 colors in clear. And I'm gonna marble that. Nothing special. So again, I'm gonna dip into 3 colors. And just pat them off the brush like that. And just do a little kind of swirl thing. If you feel like you're missing a color, you can always go back in and add that color, maybe with like a dash of clear. So one side clear, one side green. I'm gonna set that right here. Okay. And just marble that in there just to get a little bit more color going. A little bit more green and yellow. Green and yellow. We'll add a dash of burgundy and just swirl that around to make sure I got some color at my tips, right? And then add any color where there may be some missing. Now that that is done, I'm going to take a wet bead of clear and encapsulate it, patting it down into those craters and crevices so that I can have a nice encapsulate that all the way down. This just protects my the nail art that I just did, and it also builds up the apex and the body of the nail. So even if I file a lot of it down, I will have put it in the places where it needed to stay. So I always say it's better to have it's better to have too much acrylic than not enough acrylic, because you don't want to ever have to close up your acrylic and feel like you're done, and then you're filing now, and now you're like, oh, I'm not done. Let me go put some more acrylic. So now you got to reopen your acrylic, re-pour some more monomer, and then do something small, like add a little piece of clear where you should have just added it in the first place. So it's better to have too much and shape it into place than have not enough and have to go back and do the most. So I just go back and cross my T's and dot my I's and just make sure that all the acrylic is where it needs to be, and there's no weak spots. And get an even height through the entire nail from this side to this side. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did on the last nail, but I'm gonna start with a wet bead of green first. And use green, yellow, purple. I'm gonna dip into all three.
That's just how I am.
And I'm gonna just do a little swirl type thing. I'm still doing marble. I know you kind of can't see it because of the color of the forms.
Mama, that is okay. That's why no good happened to her. That's okay.
I'm gonna swirl it. And get that. Just a little bit of color into the cuticle area, just so that it doesn't look all, empty in certain places. And I'm just gonna go back and add a little extra oomph where I feel like it's needed. And once this is done, same process of encapsulating. It looks crazy. It's not even, obviously. Wet bead of clear, and that's just going to go and fill in all those spaces and encapsulate the design. There are a few negative spaces, which is fine. It will add to the look of the design once I'm finished. So once you see literally the top coat at the end, you're going to see how all this crazy mess really turned out. And encapsulate the cuticle area, small wet bead. Wet bead because I want to be able to move it and blend it. And it doesn't need to be thick. It's just a nice thin coat, wet, because I want to be able to move it. I don't want a thick bead or a bead that's too dry and then it'll be too thick. And then now I have this huge bulky nail. Because right when we're encapsulating, normally the nail's kind of bulky anyway, and you got to file that down. So I just don't want to overdo it. Just want to make sure that the entire nail though is encapsulated. I got an apex going and my side walls are strong. This is gonna be a solid nail. Remember, they're not going to be as long as I'm making them. I'm just giving myself room to file. It's better to make them too long than too short, because that goes back to what I was saying earlier. You want to just do too much the first time so that you don't do too little, and you have to basically, I'm not going to say start over, but when you're just taking your acrylic out and basically resetting up for acrylic application, that takes a lot of time. So you've added like 30 minutes, maybe even to an hour, because you still have to wait for that acrylic to dry after you apply it before you're able to continue filing. So yeah, just do too much the first go around. So I'm going to make sure the nails are a little bit longer than I intend for them to be. File them too short. Just filling in the burgundy in the spots that I missed. Full coverage. You don't have to be this meticulous with marble, but when you're doing a full coverage nail, you do have to make sure you get the entire nail, or else it's going to be looking crazy at the end. And you put your gel polish on, it's looking patchy, or so. Going and filling any indiscrepancies. Small wet beads. This is just a clear, or a wet bead of clear. And the code, y'all, I have a code for you. I have a code for the live viewers. The code is MLK20. MLK20 for ctones.com. So for your next ctones.com order, if it is in the next 24 hours, you are able to get a discount using that code, MLK20. Oh, and if you follow me on Clubhouse, y'all. I'm on Clubhouse at MIKK Does Nails. If you follow me on Clubhouse and you let me know you follow me on Clubhouse, or you join one of my rooms, I will give you the Clubhouse follower coupon code, which is actually the biggest discount out right now for ctones.com. So Make sure you're following me on Clubhouse at MIKK Does Nails, Mick Does Nails. And that way you will get an exclusive coupon code that I will be revealing in my nail room. Or nail rooms that I'm joining, because they're not always mine, and sometimes I'm just listening. But yeah, make sure you follow me on Clubhouse, y'all. You will get a special Clubhouse discount code. Yeah, for everybody else watching, make sure you use the coupon code tonight. It's MLK20. And so before we started, I did a clear coat of acrylic on her. She didn't have that much of a free edge on certain nails, so I just built her a fake one. So I'm going to now be able to more easily apply the forms. Just want to make sure they're underneath the nail on both sides. Thin wet bead of clear. And so this design is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be half solid, half marble. So I'm just going to start with that burgundy, my solid color. Using thin wet beads just to make sure I have the color from sidewall to sidewall. Okay, so now my marble design is done. I'm going to take a nice wet bead of clear and start building my apex and encapsulating the design. So this clear just fills in all of those bumps and crevices that I did when I was marbling. And I'm going to encapsulate it all the way up into the cuticle area. And then back down to the tip. Going to apply another bead for my apex. Let's blend that. I want it to go from one side all the way over to the other side. And then I'm going to add another bead underneath the apex and going down to the tip. Right here. And that's just going to create a consistent height for the entire nail. So I want this side wall to be the same height as the other side wall, and I want my stress point, my apex, to be the same height all the way through right here, like a cross. So consistent height, so when I look into the nail from this angle, it should be the same height. Since y'all know I'm not a camera learner, so I commend all of you guys who watch and can just learn from watching me, but I personally can't learn from watching somebody on camera because I think things are explained just in way more detail that I need personally. I need a lot of detail when I'm learning, so I need more hands-on education, but I commend all of you guys who sit here and watch videos and learn, even if I'm not really explaining it correctly because it may be difficult. I'm sorry. Okay. Alright, y'all, these are done. They have an apex, they're not flat. I'm going to set my brush in my brush cup, and what I put in my brush cup is monomer and acetone. It could be old monomer, it could be new monomer, but it's going to clean your brush, so that's what I keep in my brush cup off to the side. And I'm going to close up all my products. You don't want to file over your products. It's filing time. So I'm just going to move all of this out of the way. Close up all my shenanigans. Okay. So I'm just checking if they were dry enough for me to remove the forms, just so she can be comfortable with one hand. You can use one hand while I'm filing the other, because you can't do anything with these forms on. I'm gonna leave the gum on just for a minute. Before I take it off and start the shaping process. Okay, so I'm just slowly gonna remove that because it's still on the wet side, but dry enough to come off. All right, switch hands. So now I'm going to start the shaping process. And I'm going to start with my extra coarse sanding bands. You can get these off of Amazon or any nail supply in the world. This is an 80 grit hand file, and this is just going to help me complete that shaping. Turning them to a different angle just so that I can see them from a different angle. Make sure they are the lengths that I want them and that they're not crooked. Oh, hey, Roby. Hi, Roby. I see Roby in the comments. Roby, I'm gonna have to give you my cell phone number because I am moving studios this weekend, and I do have a student space in my new studio. So I know I'm saying I don't, but I do have a student space in my new studio, and we're moving this weekend. So make sure you inbox me or inbox mom, and I will get you my number so you can contact me about student stuff. I'm opening up a new classroom, y'all. Well, not a new classroom, but my new studio will have a class space in it. That way I don't have to be at two different locations teaching and working, and kind of combine it into one again, like I did in another studio. So it was something I planned on doing, but I didn't know if it was gonna like happen, so I didn't say anything about it. And then it happened, but it happened when I lost hope that it was gonna happen. So yeah, that's why I've been kind of ducked off, y'all. I'm trying to get this new studio ready. So I'm using a medium sanding band, and this is just going to smooth and even out any of those bumps and scratches, and then it allows me to get into the cuticle area and the sidewalls and start the cuticle sealing process. Just getting it started. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm more out of the camera frame. Y'all know I get into my groove and I don't be paying attention. Okay, so I'm just gonna taper them just a little bit more. So boom, real quick, do a dusty nail pick, you know, promo, take pictures of your process, make sure you got a good light. Utilize panoramic, something I just got on Game 2. I literally just figured, I've had all my phones for a long time, and I just figured out how to use panoramic because I never thought it would be useful, and it actually is extremely useful. And use portrait mode if you have an iPhone. Use panoramic if you have a Galaxy. Make your phone work for you. Like, All these people building empires, y'all. They're building empires from their smartphones. They're not doing this shit on computers no more. That's old school. They're doing all this from their phones. If you need to have two phones, y'all, I literally walk around with three phones. It's terrible. It's really bad. And my mom is always like, why the hell do you need so many phones? And I'm like, each one is an assistant. Each one does a different job for me. And it really helps speed up productivity for me. Running several different businesses and still adding more onto it and damn near burning the house down in the process. So I need a lot of different outlets of communication. Now it's a little difficult keeping up with communication as far as like family and stuff. But who cares about family when you're building an empire, right? You're supposed to be able to be a lot more productive in your daytime. And if that means having an extra phone, you have one phone for social media posts and gaining your social media audience, and then you have another phone for maybe like that will be your business phone where it has hours, so it's off after a certain hour and it's on at a certain hour, just like Walmart phones. Or then you have another phone maybe for me personally, I have to have a phone just for recording because I record so much and my videos are always so long and I need more storage. So I have to purchase a phone specifically for just recording. And I have a camera, y'all. I just got a camera for Christmas. My mom got me a camera, and it's a really, really nice camera. I actually just paid for a because it's a professional photography camera. But invest in yourself, invest in your presentation. That's a big deal, y'all. Your presentation is everything. Like, you can have a wonderful cake, but if the box has shit all over it, you're not gonna eat the cake. So make sure that you have a nice way to present your work in your portfolio, because literally, y'all, there's so many people. Ain't no shade, y'all, but it's a lot of people who don't do good nails. They just edit. They can edit the hell out of some pictures, or they're just using the right apps, or they just have the newest iPhone with 18 cameras on the back. So, yeah, y'all, presentation is everything, and it just sucks because a lot of. And I also see, on the other hand, a lot of nail technicians who have amazing work, like amazing. I would want them to be C-Tone's brand ambassadors, but their picture quality is trash. It's like you have to invest in things that seem like luxuries and turn them into ways to build your business. So, yeah, having three phones, it looks like, oh, yeah, that's a luxury to have three smartphones. No, it's actually kind of a liability. But it's not fun having three phones like it sounds. I just have three phones because I literally need three different phones, y'all. First of all, I hate iPhones. Let's get that straight. Those of you who know me know I hate iPhones with a different kind of passion. I don't like them. I feel very restricted. For those of you who know me, I consider myself a hacker. So I really like to have freedom and control over my phone applications and things of that sort. So with the Apple and the iPhone market, you don't have control over your phone and configuration of, just minor details or big details of your phone like you do with a Galaxy, which runs on the Android iOS system. I mean the Android operating system. So for me, I have to have a iPhone because most people have iPhones. iPhone is an easy phone to use. Most people have it. And when it comes to content and people watching my content online, most people are watching from their iPhones. So if I record all of my videos with my Galaxy, then iPhone users are going to see Galaxy quality. And it's not going to be good quality unless you're watching it from a Galaxy. So, but with an iPhone, recording on an iPhone, it doesn't matter what you're watching from or what you're watching on, you're still going to get that quality. So I record and I do my content on my iPhone, but as far as my background, more technical stuff that I like to have control over, I use my Galaxy for, and especially because I have the Note, and so the Note is, it has that little pen. It comes with the pen, so I'm able to like draw and write in my notes and stuff of that sort. This is the same thing you can do with a stylus for the iPhone, but no, the S Pen is a little bit different with the Galaxy than just a regular old um what's that thing called, the stylus. So yeah, so for me, I like to have an iPhone for content, an iPhone for like streaming, which is what I'm doing now, and a Galaxy for having more creative control over my content. So now you guys understand why I have 3 phones, but to the person in the grocery store hearing all 3, well, nobody hears my phone ring, but seeing me pull out 3 different phones, thinking I'm crazy or I'm bougie or whatever. No, I just really, I really need each phone has a purpose. It's an assistant. It does a job for me. So we're going to do matte, y'all. I just wiped her nails with acetone, and the reason why I used acetone instead of alcohol is because acetone blends in those scratch marks, especially when you're doing matte polish. You want to make sure that those scratches, the best word I could use for it is ashy. So if you have like white, if your scratch marks, your scuff marks from your e-file or your file, if they leave white scuff marks on your finished product, that could possibly show up with the gel top coat. So get a little bit of acetone and rub those scuff marks out really good. I don't, as you guys can see, I'm struggling with this matte gel top coat, but I liked when we worked for the salon that makes this matte. Obviously we were the first to use it because it was their brand, and we actually liked when the bottle was kind of on the empty side, because you really only need just you barely even need a coat. You're just brushing it on, right? So if you brush it on and you have a full brush full of polish on your brush, it looks cool because you're getting full coverage and all that stuff. But once you cure it, it expands, and then you kind of lose the shape of the nail. So when there's barely any on your brush, it doesn't leave a lot of room for all that product buildup and expansion, and you still get the same matte effect. So we actually didn't mind using it when it was empty, but the way that I'm using it right now is just excessively lazy, so I'm just gonna just grab the other one. Alright, so this is what I meant by full. Oh shit, see? So there's a lot on my brush. And so ideally, this is how much gel you want on your brush, but I'm actually going to wipe off a lot of it because I don't want that much gel on my brush. I want to put as thin of a coat as possible, like, otherwise I'm going to lose my shape. The filing that I do afterwards, which you guys always going to take longer. So on my brush on this side, so I'm just going to use that. Like I said, you don't want a lot on the brush. You want the coat to be, I mean, think about it. The nails are already matte underneath. So if you don't really truly get that full coverage, or you feel like the coat is too thin, it's not really possible, because this is just accenting what's already matte and giving it a velvety finish. So now if the nail was shiny underneath, or like you were doing like a chrome design, well, that's a little bit different. I'm just gonna go back over the ones where I barely had any polish and just fill in any of those spots I might have missed. Okay, so this matte gel top coat needs to be cured with a UV lamp. An LED lamp sounds good, but it ain't gonna work. Go ahead and put that hand in there. So I'm gonna have her put her hand in there for a full 60 seconds. And then I'm gonna do crystals and stuff, y'all, but I'm gonna do that off camera. So if you guys want to see the crystal application process, I will show you guys the end result, of course, with, you know, pictures and stuff. Come back to the page, but I will be showing you guys the crystal process. I'm going to record it and edit it and do my little fun stuff that I normally do, y'all know. So make sure you guys tune back in for that video, just so you can see how the set turned out, or how I accomplished this set. So yeah, y'all, I'm about to show you guys the matte. I'm gonna get finished up, show you guys the matte, and then I'm gonna do the crystals off camera, and I'll see you guys in a little while. I haven't done my nails all year, y'all, so it's time for me to do my nails, especially since I'm walking around looking stupid. So that way at least I'll have some nails on. Of how I almost burned my goddamn house down. All right, let's do it one more time. So I'm going to wipe off this matte top coat with some alcohol. So I'm just going to clean up one more time. And it just gives me my shape back if I lost it, but it just gives it that last crisp shape. And I'm going to use some alcohol. Alright, y'all. I'm not gonna put any oil on her just yet because I need to glue her crystals and stuff on. But there is the base. There's the marble. Nothing special, y'all. Super easy. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you like the page. Thank you so much for those of you who sent me stars. I appreciate you. Make sure you follow me, subscribe on YouTube and all that other stuff. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. God bless you guys. Again, Happy New Year. And don't forget to shop on ctones.com. The coupon code for tonight's live is MLK20. So MLK, the number 20. So get your little coupon code, your little discount. If you spend $25 with us. And we do have a new V-Day glitter collection out. It's not acrylic, y'all. It's just loose glitter. Oh shit, I dropped one. But there's 3. There's Valentine's Day rose gold glitter, V-Day glitter. I just dropped the other one on the floor, but whatever. Go check on ctones.com to see it. It is on sale today, y'all. We have more collections coming and more colors coming. Again, I love you guys. God bless you. And thank you so much for watching. And it's never too late to comment where you're watching from and what time it is. And I'll come back and comment and answer your questions later. So I love you guys. Good night to my nail sisters. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you.